Hi, I'm Gerald Stockwood, commonly known as Gerry by my friends. I'm from Kintore, which is local to Inverurie here, and I'm 72 years of age. My daughter had encouraged me to go to the doctors because she'd seen the advertisements on television saying that if you have a tickly cough for 3 weeks, you should get to the doctors. So she nagged me into going to the doctors after about 8 weeks. But I wasn't diagnosed immediately. It took them about 5 weeks to get to a point where they sent me to hospital for an x-ray because they thought I had an embolism, in fact. But it wasn't an embolism, and that's when they found the cancer in my lung. I then went through a period after that of treatment. So it was chemotherapy and radiotherapy. It was after that period that I started to look outwardly, because I couldn't drive either during that time. Once I could drive, I started to look outwardly and found CLAN Inverurie here. And my story begins there, really. They brought me back to life, basically. Back to normality, which I hadn't had for about 9 months. When I was in business, our business used to donate to CLAN each year. That was our chosen charity. So for many years, I peripherally knew about CLAN because we gave them money. When I started my treatment in ARI, I met quite a few people from outside of the area of Aberdeen, Elgin and the islands. They were all coming in for treatment. Lots of people coming for treatment. And a lot of them were staying at CLAN, which is just down the road from ARI. And they were saying what a wonderful facility that is. So you get talking to people about how they can help and things. And eventually, after I got mobile, after the treatment, I decided that I needed to look outwardly because I needed a different conversation to the conversations I had with my wife and daughter, who were very, very supportive, and decided that, and found CLAN in Inverurie. And once I could drive, I popped in one day and just welcomed with open arms. This place is a community in itself. So we've got a walking group, we've got an art group, we've got a book club. I'm not in all of those at the moment, but somewhat the same people go to all of these. So you're always meeting people that you know, and it becomes a really comfortable community after a while. So when you walk through that door, it doesn't really matter who's in here. You can usually say, I'll know that person, I'll have some sort of relationship with them, and I can speak to them easily and freely. And they've probably been on a very similar journey to me through the last years. So it makes the conversations different. It means that you can, if you wish, and we don't always speak about it, but if you wish, you can talk about your treatment, you can talk about the side effects, you can get advice from people who've been through it and say, oh yeah, well I had that, but don't worry because. So you can get a lot of comfort from that speaking to other friends or even speaking to the family, you can't get. So I get something different from CLAN to what I get from my fishing friends or my family, all of whom are valuable, don't get me wrong, but CLAN offers something very special.
CLAN was there to support Gerry and his family when they needed it most. CLAN, cancer support for all.